My mom called me selfish for not selling my apartment for her husband. Now they're begging me back. My name's Adam, 28, and if my family were a TV show, it'd be the kind of train wreck you can't stop watching. A couple of years ago, life was finally leveling out for me. I'd scraped together enough to buy my own apartment, my little slice of freedom in a halfway decent area. I was thinking, okay, maybe this is adulthood. Peace, quiet, and not living with Mom. And then came the announcement. Mom calls me up one evening, voice full of excitement like she just found a sale on organic kale. "Adam, I met someone," she chirps. I brace myself. Mom's love life has always been, let's call it, adventurous. Enter Larry, 50, a man who thinks wearing loafers without socks is a personality trait. From the start, he was all smiles and big ideas, mostly about how to use other people's money to fund his dreams. Fast forward to Sunday dinner a few weeks later, and it's clear this isn't just Mom bringing a new boyfriend around for show and tell. It's a full-blown ambush. I'm halfway through a piece of roast so tough it might have been made by NASA when Mom drops a stack of papers in front of me. Not just any papers. Property investment papers. "This is for the family's future, Adam," she says, her eyes wide with sincerity. Larry, sitting there with his overgelled hair and teeth so white they could guide ships through fog, chimes in. "We'd all be so much happier in a bigger house." Translation? They wanted me to sell my apartment so they could fund their suburban dream castle. I let out this awkward laugh, thinking it was some kind of weird joke. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. "You're serious?" I asked, setting down my fork. Mom leans in, dropping her voice to that I'm the martyr here tone she's perfected. "Adam, this is about family. Larry and I are building something stable, something for all of us." Stable? This is the same Larry who's been bankrupt twice and thinks credit scores are just a number. I mean, sure, numbers are just numbers, but try telling that to a bank when they're repossessing your furniture. So I look her dead in the eye and say, "Not happening." And that's when Mom's mood shifts faster than Larry switching jobs. She goes full-on storm cloud, her voice trembling with frustration. "You're so selfish," she snaps. "All you care about is yourself. Larry and I are trying to do something for the family, and you can't even help us?" Selfish? Me? The guy who's been footing his own bills since he was 20, while she's out here playing house with discount Tony Robbins? I stood my ground, though. "No way. Find someone else's piggy bank to crack open." Dinner ended with Mom crying into her mashed potatoes, Larry rubbing her back like he's auditioning for Husband of the Year, and me walking out feeling like I'd just been cast as the villain in some low-budget soap opera. The kicker? On the way out, Larry had the audacity to yell, "You'll regret this, Adam." "Yeah, Larry, and you'll regret those loafers when karma catches up with you." Weeks rolled by, and let me tell you, the tension in my family got thicker than Larry's hair gel. Seriously, it looked like his scalp could double as an ice rink. Mom went full radio silence on me, ignoring my calls like I was a telemarketer. When she wasn't ghosting me, she was busy leaving passive-aggressive comments under my posts, like, "Oh, nice dinner out. Must be nice to have disposable income while some of us struggle to build a family." Classy, right? But the cherry on top? Thanksgiving. The one day you hope everyone will act like decent human beings. Because, well, food. I show up, already bracing for impact, and sure enough, the chaos starts before the turkey is even carved. Larry, in his fake saint voice, stands up mid-dinner like he's about to give an Oscar speech. "I found the perfect house for us," he announces, holding up his phone like it's a sacred artifact. "But sadly, we can't move forward because Adam here doesn't believe in family." The room goes dead silent. Forks freeze mid-air. My aunt coughs awkwardly. Cue Mom, clutching her napkin like it's a lifeline. "Larry and I are trying so hard to create a stable home," she chokes out, eyes glassy with tears that could have won her an Emmy. "But Adam, he just doesn't care." Okay, that was it. I'd had enough. "My apartment isn't your personal piggy bank, Larry," I snapped, standing up so fast my chair scraped against the floor. His smug smile faltered for like half a second before he rebounded, shaking his head like some martyr. "Don't worry, everyone," Larry said. patting Mom's hand dramatically. "I'll take care of her. She doesn't need his help." "Oh, give me a break." Mom bursts into tears, again, grabs her purse, and storms out like she's in a soap opera finale. Larry shoots me this look, half pity, half disgust, and then follows her out, probably rehearsing lines for his next guilt trip. The room? Total chaos. My cousins are whispering. My aunt mumbles something about family values. My uncle gives me this disappointed headshake, like I just kicked a puppy. And me? I grab my coat, say, "Happy Thanksgiving, everyone," and walk out, leaving them to their casserole and judgment. On the drive home, I cranked up the radio and tried not to let it get to me. But the truth? I was done. Done with Larry's schemes, Mom's melodrama, and a family that would rather shame me than see reason. Thanksgiving? More like thanks for nothing. Fast forward 6 months, and guess what? Mom and Larry somehow managed to buy their dream house anyway. Shocking, right? Turns out they pooled every last penny of Mom's savings and, surprise, surprise, Larry secured a loan so fast it probably left a smoke trail. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he found the lender on Craigslist. The house was one of those suburban monstrosities with a lawn too perfect to be real and a mailbox that screamed, "We're trying way too hard." At first, Mom was on cloud 9. She sent me selfies in front of the house, captions like, "Starting our new chapter." Meanwhile, I'm sitting in my fully paid-for apartment sipping coffee, thinking, yeah, good luck with that. But here's the thing about Larry. The man's promises have the lifespan of a fruit fly. Within weeks, the cracks started to show, literally and figuratively. The hot tub broke, the heating system needed replacing, and Larry's stable income turned out to be about as stable as a Jenga tower in an earthquake. Bills started piling up faster than Mom could avoid my calls, and their dream house morphed into a full-on money pit. Then, it happened. My phone buzzed, and it was Mom. I answered, half expecting another passive-aggressive comment about how I don't visit enough. Instead, her voice was shaking. "Adam, we need your help," she stammered, her words tumbling out like she was speedrunning through desperation. Apparently, Larry's job had vanished into thin air. Shocking. And they were months behind on mortgage payments. The bank was circling like a pack of vultures over a wounded gazelle. And then came the kicker. "Adam, if you sell your apartment, we can save the house. It's for the family." I almost choked on my coffee. For the family? Now we're playing the family card again? I couldn't help it. I laughed. Not just a little chuckle, but one of those bitter, full-body laughs that make people think you're on the verge of losing it. "Mom," I said, my tone sharp enough to cut glass. "You called me selfish, remember? Larry said he'd take care of you, so let him figure it out." There was silence on the other end, followed by muffled sobs. She tried again, her voice cracking. "Adam, please, we're going to lose everything." "Not my problem," I said, my voice cold as ice. Then I hung up. And you know what? I didn't feel guilty, not even a little. Larry was the one who sold her on this suburban fantasy, and she bought it hook, line, and sinkhole. Let them dig themselves out of it. My apartment isn't a life raft, and I'm not about to jump in and play hero for a house I didn't ask for. Sometimes you just have to let people sink before they realize they should have learned to swim. 2 months later, Mom called again, but this time her tone was different. Larry had skipped town, leaving her with nothing but debt. She apologized, saying she didn't realize how toxic Larry was. I listened, but the trust? It was gone. Now, Mom's renting a tiny place, struggling to rebuild, while I've kept my distance. Every so often, she asks me to visit, but the scars of her betrayal still sting. They begged me to come back into their lives, but I'm not ready to be anyone's backup plan.